annual Maine Paranormal and Horror Con is coming to Maine on September 6th and 7th at the Augusta Civic Center. Come meet your favorite paranormal investigators, cryptid hunters, and horror icons. Special guests include John Zaffis, the haunted collector from Sci-Fi, Jeff and Willie from Mountain Monsters, Bob Elmore Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, CJ Graham, also known as Jason Voorhees from Jason Lives Part 6, Ronnie LeBlanc from Expedition Bigfoot, and many more to be announced. Tickets are on sale now. Go to mainparahorror.com to get your tickets and VIP packages now. For more information, check out Maine Paranormal and Horror Con on Facebook and Instagram.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Compass of Curiosities. You're going to have to bear with me for a few moments. I'm trying to get my bearings here. We just had a little bit of a snafu.
It's a comedy of errors, and it couldn't have played out any better.
What is it? A comedy of tragedies?
No. Definitely a comedy of errors. So, Russ, I'll let you deliver the news.
So everybody, unfortunately, tonight, I know everybody listening was expecting Stacey Johnson, who is has been in multiple films and TV shows. Most notably, if anybody out there, I'll drop a little Stephen King trivia fun fact for you here. During It Chapter 1 and 2, 2017 and 2019, respectively. She actually played the body double for Bill Skarsgård. So there is a little giveaway in the film. If you ever watch the film, if you see blue eyes, that's actually Stacey. If you see green eyes, that's actually Bill. So there are a couple things in that show. Unfortunately, Stacey is not able to join us tonight, unfortunately, because she is experiencing some extreme weather where she lives, which we all understand. We get it. We are completely fine with it. We will work on getting her rescheduled and getting her set up to come back on. I know I was excited about it. I know you guys were excited about it. But the show must go on, and you're just going to have to deal with Ian and I shenanigans for tonight.
So I will say it actually worked out really well because, as some of you may or may not notice, the event for this actual episode did not get posted until seconds before we actually went live. And that was due to a miscommunication on my part. I had initially created it just to make sure a couple of the things, and specifically the main Paracon, Russ was able to actually upload it into our media library. And I did not communicate enough that I did not set all of the destinations correctly when I created this episode. And so it actually kind of works out because a lot of you that are either watching this now or just recently jumped on or are watching it on replay or whatever you want to call it there. You T-vote us. Didn't even know the episode was coming on. What's that?
We have volunteer.
We have a volunteer. Oh, Stacey, she'll get her cards ready. Well, we can definitely look at doing that. Obviously this is, we're all here. We're here to just kind of goof off, have fun, and do what may come.
One Stacey for another.
Well, and Stacey's actually scheduled to come on the show here, I think, in about 3 weeks anyhow, right?
Yes, she is. She is actually on for March 3rd.
March 3rd. Nice. Now,
so
I don't know.
We're about a month
I don't know
out.
if anybody actually knows this, and I'm quite confident Stacey doesn't even know this. Stacey and I have a bit of a rivalry. So we actually met down at the Gettysburg event this past summerish, right? And she was telling me that she's been thinking about coming back to the podcast world for a while, and she wanted to get her show back off the ground.
Everybody's clamoring in the chat room.
Look, Ashley, my deck's always ready. All right,
it's always stacked.
It's always ready to go. But
unlike his dice, they're not loaded.
So Stacey decided, you know what, I am going to come back to the podcast realm, and I was so thrilled. right up until her first episode, when I noticed she came on at the exact day and time as my show, Stacy. The exact date and time.
Should we bring her on? You guys could hash this out together.
We you know what? We can because we got beef and she didn't even know it was for dinner.
Let's do it. Send her the link.
All right, I will.
I don't have my Facebook pulled up, so send her the link.
I'm on it. Calm down.
Stacy, get ready. Let me just run through some things here real quick. Warner Paranormal Preservation Society, one of our sponsors. Amazing group of people. Our fearless leader is now over in the UK in Wales right now. You know, it's
so did I, Stacy. So did I. He's in Wales. Yeah, he's in Wales.
Warner Paranormal Preservation Society. No, Kimberly, I did not trim my beard. Actually, this is growing. This is full growth. But God, now I just have so many things popping in my head with that comment. But anyways, moving on. Warner Paranormal Preservation.
Is that really full? That's full growth, Russ? That's not trimmed? That's full growth?
I do it to make my lips look bigger.
Lip accentuations are key.
Exactly. No, but Warner Paranormal Preservation Society, we help maintain and raise funds for 2 properties in specific up here in Massachusetts. We actually just had 2 episodes release. One from Austin Hughes and the other one from Satori and Cody as well, featuring the Harsuf Hall, which is,
and I believe there's another
very
one
near.
Coming. Yeah.
From somebody else
coming very soon from Mr. Hawes himself.
Yes, sir. So there is one coming from there. We did an entire weekend with them. Actually, I shouldn't say we. Matt Warner did. But check it out if you're in the Massachusetts area. Even if you're not, definitely check it out. This one's all you, sir.
Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography? How is this all me?
Because I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do. Your wife has experienced it. The actual life-altering, perspective-changing experience that is Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. She is a nationally recognized, multi-published photographer focusing on body image empowerment. And she does absolutely a phenomenal job. I can't do this. No, you guys, I can't. You guys are killing me. I can't.
Okay, he just dropped out of nowhere, but all right, cool. He's taking a moment for himself. Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. She's all about body empowerment and making yourself feel good inside your own skin, and she does fantastic work. If you did not know, Kimberly is Ian's wife. That's why I kind of left it to him, because he gets the hot side of the bed if he says the wrong thing.
The cold side of the bed?
Yeah, well, how's that couch feeling?
It's amazing. I have always believed the key to a good marriage is a comfortable couch.
Very true. Very, very, very true. How do you feel about dude, go ahead and rip. Oh, you can't inside.
No, just stay on track.
Okay, I'm trying to. I got, and everybody out there, Stacy, she will be back. I'm working on a date with her and her assistant right now to get us back into it and everything. So she will be on. But like I said, we traded one Stacy for another, which I know this Stacy very well, and Ian does as well because he has some beef. So we're gonna sort that out tonight. Get moderated, sir. Okay, cool. Small Talk Productions.
If you guys don't know me and the Get Moderated kind of image and brand of what we do over on that show, then I don't know.
He's an asshole by heart, but he'll tell you how it is.
we go deeper into the more factual science-based stuff, a little bit more highbrow, just focused.
Keep the comment up longer.
Sexy photos or the man of few words. Anyway,
well, I mean,
small town productions.
Larry Eisler III, great photo editor, great video editor. I'm working with him right now to get an intro and outro done for the show. So definitely we'll be working on that very soon here. And is that, oh, nope, Jeff's Traveling Boards of Wonders. Also, I do have to say, regardless of who's on the show tonight, Jeff and Ashley are the ones that are the founders of the Maine Paranormal and Horror Con in Augusta, Maine on September 6th and 7th of 2025. They have agreed to give away a t-shirt for anybody that purchases a ticket from 9 p.m. Eastern time until midnight. So if you purchase a ticket, we'll know. Jeff just popped up the link right there. So if you buy a ticket, we will know, and you will be entered in a drawing to win a t-shirt for the Maine Paranormal and Horror Con. And the VIP ticket pricing, if this is what you wanted to know for the pricing for the tickets. If you buy them online now, they will go up at the door. But online right now, VIP with the VIP party, the VIP pass includes the entire weekend, all access to everything. It's $120 for one ticket. VIP weekend pass includes the VIP party as well as everything else. The VIP weekend pass does not include the party, just the VIP extras. A general admission weekend pass is $40 and a single day is $25. So anybody out there, get your tickets now because they're going to sell out. We've been selling tickets like crazy. And also, if you'd like to become a sponsor of Compass Curiosities, please reach out to either Ian or I, and we'll give you some specifics on it and get you going on that.
The specifics are very clear. Just give me money.
That's easy to do. So, since you have a beef,
yeah,
let's bring on Miss Stacy Lee.
So, Stacy, did you hear the beef that I got? Were you able to hear that?
She's muted. You're muted, Stacy.
See if I can unmute you. Nope, I can't. You're muted on your own device.
Yep. There we go.
Then she comes on and she doesn't even talk. We bring her up. We let her defend herself. She stays on mute. See how this is? It's classic defense. Classic defense. So what do you have to say to my allegations?
Still can't hear you.
Oh no, we still can't hear you. This is crazy.
Technical
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There we go. That was my total defense. I was like trying to bring you guys down because you couldn't hear me.
She's deflecting.
No, like, okay. So my defense, your accusations is that we talked at the bash and I had paused my podcast and was like, I'm going to come back. And you actually encouraged me. You really did.
Yeah, I was nothing but supportive. And
you
then
really
you went
were.
for the throat. You came back and you were like, I'm going to take his slot. I'm going to
wasn't
stomp all over him.
I do have to defend myself there. It wasn't purposefully. I did not do that on purpose. It was like, I always was like before I was Tuesday night and I've gone back and forth of like, what night do I do? I'm like, I'm not going to do Monday nights because I don't want to like cross over with Russ. And
I love how she's so considerate. I really honestly do love.
Well, Russ knows that. I messaged him the other night because I felt called by spirit to do lives. I was like, Russ, I'm sorry. I got to get on this live and I got to do these readings. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. I'm going to go past my time and into your podcast.
There was one moment in our time in Gettysburg that stands out to me. And I said,
I wasn't there. Are you going to talk about when you took my husband to freaking Sachs Bridge?
Well, look, he didn't fall in the river, so
I heard you did though.
Yes, I did. And
Ian was
so
baptized in the Gettysburg River.
there was one
Yeah.
point in our conversation where I said, you know what? I have a show on Tuesday nights. If you want, you can
Yeah,
come
that's
on
right.
my show and announce that you're coming back.
Did you say Tuesday night, or did you just
I
say
did. I
I
told you
have a
when it
show?
was and everything.
Okay, Ian, in her
Okay.
defense, she
I could
was
see
getting
that.
married.
All I'm saying is yes.
Oh my
So my
god,
wife
I
said
look
you
horrible. I have
announced
no makeup on.
No, but thank you for coming on at the last
No,
second. I
thank
mean,
you
I
for
really
coming.
appreciate it.
All
I
joking
know. I'm
aside,
literally. I like have no makeup. You guys get to see me
So,
with no
Stacey-
eyebrows. This is my no eyebrow look.
you have eyebrows. Don't worry. We're not a vain group here.
If you
I'm
feel
gonna-
self-conscious,
gonna-
I'll shave one off.
Hey, I'm
Just
not a
say
vain
you are.
person, or I wouldn't be on here
Let's
right
say
now
you're
with no
self-conscious.
eyebrows.
Just say she's self-conscious. So Stacey,
Shut up,
I
Ian.
am.
Stop.
Well, I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm like,
So Stacey, you said you've changed your show date and time, your day and time.
I did. I changed it to Thursday nights because I felt like
Get the fuck out of here. What time on Thursday night?
No, you did not change it to Thursdays.
I did. What time Thursday nights?
I changed it to 8:30 on Thursdays a while ago. A long while ago. Russ, how
8
long?
o'clock.
Okay, come on, Ashley. You watch my show. How long have I been on Thursdays? Oh, and Russ left us.
Yeah, because he wants no part of this.
Oh my god.
I actually did. I
So
changed.
maybe we just.
I've been talking for a couple of weeks with a few people that are scheduled on the schedules and stuff, and I've been wanting to move. And I just finally, like, about a week and a half ago, was like, "Fuck it, I'm finally moving. I'm changing the day. I'm going to Thursday, 8 o'clock."
Oh my god,
that is too funny.
that
Oh
is
my
so
God,
funny.
dude.
So maybe we should all just do a show together, like, and make it a collab.
Right?
Well, that's honestly like, it's tough because on just my show, I go into a lot of like pseudoscience and research and
You
things
do.
like that.
And you
I
know,
try to
you and I
be-
have had those conversations, those deeper, like, subject
Yeah.
conversations that we both really resonate with. And I love your show. I really do.
Yeah, and well, when you can catch it, if we're not on it, if you're not making noise, well, I'm
Yeah.
actively on it.
Hey, Ian, why don't you twist that knife a little bit more?
Oh God, she knows I'm joking.
Oh, I know you are. I have, yeah. I like it
No,
is what it is.
there's-
Like when
I
we
know
go
it.
to choose our shows, we got these wonderful seasoned people like Russ who have been on here for ages. We're like, what day do we go on so we don't like overlap with people?
Yeah.
No, fuck them. If they're old and crusty like Russ, just knock them off their pillar. and just
You're
fucking
older
keep
than
on.
me, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'm far less crusty. That's like
I'm older than
Okay.
both of you, so I don't want to hear.
I
think.
I'm
Okay,
aging like
so-
wine. You're aging like bread.
We had Sarah Lee in the chat room. Obviously, she was at Gettysburg. I don't
No,
remember.
I
and
saw
I'm
Sarah Lee
sorry.
earlier. She was live on her TikTok at the Doll's House.
Oh, fantastic. Hair since the bash,
Oh, yeah,
completely
it's coming
regrown.
back.
Beard since July.
I know.
Well, the leg hair, I was surprised at how fast it grew back.
I'm still patchy in some spots.
Are you really? I have a full, I got a full leg coat back.
Did you get more leg hair after that? Because sometimes that happens.
Hold on, let me check.
He's like, hold on, let me check.
I don't know. The waxing was
No,
actually
I
this
think
gentleman's
I think
idea
it's
right
about
here.
the same. I think it's about the same. I think my leg hair is.
It was.
is-
I think, was I either on, I was in the comments for that podcast when he
I think so. Where he volunteered me to get waxed.
volunteered you to get waxed and said he was going to get waxed too. And I think I
Oh, he
waxed
did.
you. Ian,
He did.
Didn't I?
I got waxed too.
Mhm.
And
He's a man of his
bold
word.
Ashley to assume that I'm not bald.
No, Ian is not
You're
going to go
not.
bald. Because if that was the case, he'd look like Mr. Clean.
I'm clean shaven, baby.
just with an Irish temper.
Down to the scalp.
Where are you clean shaven?
Shut
Nowhere
up.
else
We're not
going
going.
on.
We're not. Nope. We're not going down that path. Definitely not going down that
He's-
path.
The path was already set in stone.
Yeah, well, he said he was clean shaven, and it obviously has a full head of hair. So he insinuated that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't. Why should I go bald? That's like I don't understand that. I don't think
Ian
I
is
would-
actually giving me beard tips.
Oh
Yeah, but
no,
Sarah did
no.
say she is going bald this year at the bash.
Sarah, if
She
you
is
do
going
it,
to
I'll
cut
do
her
it.
hair. You know what?
If
I
you-
don't have much. I'll do it.
Tell me a good charity to do it for, and I'll do it again. And I'm talking beard, hair, everything. Again, as long as it's good for a good charity.
I've got 3 sets of trimmers. I'll do everybody. I don't give a shit.
I have a trimmer too, so I brought it last year, but you had plenty, so we didn't need mine.
Oh yeah, we had like trimmers aplenty last year.
Well, the thing is,
Everybody
I
was bringing their
haven't,
trimmers. They were ready.
They knew what was going
Actually-
on, and they were set.
So
I
I need to
Ashley,
stop for a second, Russ.
he's Russ.
How did
I'm
you not
Ian.
get your screen to like see how my screen's in my glasses? How do you get yours not to like?
I have a ring light behind
You
me.
got a front light. You got to have.
I
You got to
do
have a
too.
light behind.
Oh, you have one. I have one in front of me.
Crank it up.
Can you increase
Up
the
higher?
brightness on it? Yes.
I probably can. Oh, you're gonna see my boobs.
That's fine. You were asking where
I
was
mean-
clean shaven earlier.
No, now I look like completely washed. You can still see you can see
Oh,
the screen.
So,
Turn the brightness on your computer down.
yeah. So there's
Okay,
actually
okay.
there's actually a feature if you have Windows 11 that you can actually turn your monitor into a ring light, and it'll kill
Okay.
everything else.
I do have
But
that.
I think in Russ's case, it might be the angle. He might have his screen tilted because it's a laptop, right, Russ? Yeah, his might just be an angle situation because he's above. Because
I have my ring light set above me, so it's
Yeah.
not coming directly into my face.
Oh wait,
but
wait, I turned my brightness down.
and it
You
looks
can see
great.
my eyes a little bit.
yeah,
that
I mean, I
better?
can still see it a little bit, but not as much as it was bugging you.
Let me put it up where I normally have it on my. There we go.
But Ashley, there,
Oh, that's
unfortunately, I hate to say it, there will not be a charity that is great enough, that is wonderful enough that I will cut my hair. That is not to say that I will donate it or anything like that. I just won't go bald. Professionally and personally, it would do a level of damage that I'm not comfortable with. But I will gladly fundraise and
But your
personally.
hair is so short; it would grow back very, very quickly.
Stacy, I got to
Like-
tell you this, and I'm not bullshitting you.
Like 1 inch. Go ahead.
Everybody knows me. Everybody knows I'm a store manager for Spirit Halloween.
Mhm.
Ian frequents the store very often.
Yeah.
Comes in and harasses me.
Okay.
Try. I gently play.
I felt so bad for one of
Gently?
my I felt so bad for one of my employees one day because we have a script we go off of. And at the end of the transaction, you ask, would you like to donate to Spirit of Children?
All right, hold up.
Ian continued in the middle of the store going off on why he will never donate to that. And I'm standing there going, I know this guy. He's not berating my employee, but making her feel like absolute dog trash because it's her job to ask.
No. I was educating somebody. So, Stacy, you know all
You
this,
probably
like,
there. I know you. You probably have reasons.
yeah, you know those
No.
shamrocks and hearts and all the bullshit you can pay like an extra $1 for. You can round up your purchase or whatever for stores,
Yeah,
and they give it to a charity.
yeah. They're all bullshit.
Well, no, not only are they bullshit, but they're multi-layered schemes by the companies to have additional write-offs. So when you give 38 cents, right, to the charity, the company never takes any money in. because it immediately gets diverted through their payment processor to that charity. However,
How do you know?
because I used to work for the largest payment processor in the world.
Okay. All right.
And then they pay usually like a 1% or a 2% fee to process that $1 or 35 cents.
Yeah.
So they can technically claim it on their books as a tax deduction. So not only are like only 10% of your funds going towards the actual charity because of different like purchasing agreements, fundraising bids, and shit like that are between the actual charity and the company you're in front of, but the company you're in front of not only gets to take in your purchase, but now they get to entirely write off your donation as if they made it themselves. So when you give that $1 to Spirit Halloween on the back end gets a $1 write-off. So when a store like Russ's crushes their numbers and they have 50,000 of these friggin' $1 transactions that nobody paid attention to, that's $50,000 in free tax write-offs they just got, and only about $4,000 to $5,000 being donated to the actual charity out of 50,000.
So there's some being donated to the charity, but not
usually anywhere from like high end 15% of your yes round up my bill actually makes it to the charity that they're doing it to, because they have to go through third-party solicitors to get into these larger organizations. So they have to pay a bunch of middlemen between you and the actual charity.
You know, Ian, you just took the wind out of my sails.
And that's corrupt America.
No, that is peak America. Because
that's what America is built on.
I can't.
Oh, he left. What is this leaving and coming back?
I gotta say this. Okay. No, I did not.
I
did not kick him out.
leave or will kick somebody out when they're about to say something that could damage them publicly.
Okay. So you kicked yourself out.
He removed himself for a moment.
Okay.
No, I will say this. Ian just took the wind out of my sails because I've been a store manager for Spirit Halloween for the last 3 years. Every year that I have, stop it, Ian.
I love this quote. Fucking love this quote. Excuse me. I don't cuss on my podcast.
Jesus fuck.
You got the wrong people in here.
Obviously, you had it on standby too.
Of course.
Anyways,
I have a sticker on our feed.
Back to my original point.
And that's why, Ian, I don't know why we compete when we are so much alike.
No, it's different flavors of the same ice cream. It's different variations. It's vanilla and vanilla bean.
I have the bean.
Anywho.
Pretty sure I have the beans.
Jesus fuck. Anywho, for the last 3 years in a row, I have been the number 2 store in the New England area.
You have.
Out of 80 stores in donations. Do what?
Who does number 2 work for?
Hopefully the toilet.
That's a reference that only a few people I think would get. I'm sorry. Move on.
Yeah, that was lost on me. But no, I've been the number 2 store the last 3 years running. The only store that's beat me has been Reading. So, and that's out of 63 stores in the New England area. That's in donations.
Have you seen those donations in action?
I have. Okay. I have actually gone to really?
You've gone to the pizza party at the end of the year?
No, I've gone to Shriners Hospital at the end of the year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And did a costume party with the kids that are in the hospital, handed out costumes, had fun with them, everything like that.
No, that's awesome. I'll never discredit that. In-person actions and stuff like that, where they're bringing their own,
I get to see as a store manager where these questions are going.
Well, but I think the conversation there was, where's the money going, not the excess costumes or the time and efforts of the people that are working for Spirit. but the money they're soliciting from the customers. I think that was her question. And that's why I gave like a really weird question. I'm not diminishing anything you've done or anything that you actually try to do, because what you're trying to do is noble.
I know you've always been one of my biggest supporters too.
And despite the fact that I'm saying it doesn't matter, I am adamantly saying that the effort does. Just because the results aren't what we want it to be does not discredit or diminish the effort put into achieving a goal that is inevitably never going to happen, because we live in a capitalist society that devalues human life over the cost of microchips. But I am not going to say anything particularly political.
Speaking of microchips, I lost my puppy.
You just lost your puppy?
No, she was right here next to me eating her bull penis and bully bone.
Yeah.
And I was like, where'd she go? And she's in her bed. She went to bed. She's good.
Russ is so pissed right now.
I'm not pissed. I'm still coming down from, a wrench being thrown into the plans 5 minutes before the show.
Happens.
It's no one's fault.
What happened tonight? I caught it. I knew who was supposed to be on. Like, did something happen? Is everybody okay? Like, that's my word.
Fine.
Like,
they're having inclement weather right now and lost power. So what you can't control, which is perfectly fine. And I've rescheduled her. So I'm not a problem.
And you want to know something? I was having a really bad night, guys. I've been on the phone with Ashley. Ashley, how long were we on the phone? For 2 hours? And I literally, I'm not going to do it.
Is this making you feel better though?
And this does. I needed this tonight. And I felt like when I came on and I saw that, and I was like, Stacey, this is what's supposed to be. So,
Stacey, because I truly believe in making people feel better and being that ray of sunshine in everyone's life. Mm-hmm. I just want to let you know that these kinds of things, this kind of infrastructure failure, isn't actually something we could, not avoid. Because truthfully, if our, political leaders, incumbents, and otherwise actually,
and then he pulled himself off. There you go.
No, I pulled him off.
No, I almost messaged you, Rod, tonight. I actually did. I almost messaged you. I'm having a rough night.
No, and you know what? I am so glad that we can make your night a little bit better, and go with that. And that's what I honestly hope to do every time I do this show, is make everybody nice a little bit better, and make everybody feel a little bit better, because you know what? There could always be something worse.
And you do, and you're very entertaining. Russ and I talk a lot. We have very deep conversations. We have been in very dark places together.
Her hands have been places that I don't want to describe.
Not in yours.
Reiki, okay?
Reiki.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now? Reiki?
Energy work. Once I did, wait, this is like G-rated, right? I can't talk about that stuff.
Oh, no.
Go for it.
NC-17.
Well, I seen...
Oh, trust me, when I upload this show to YouTube and Spotify and everything, I make sure I mark not safe for children.
Okay, because there's no bell around me right now to ring it. So
I ain't got one either, so you're bell free.
I seen like tantric. Ian,
yes,
Russ, you know what tantric massage is? Tantric stuff. Like I seen this episode on a adult only channel, where these tantric used tantric energy, Reiki energy, to pleasure a person.
You could say it, Stacey. You use your energy to climax the other person without physical penetration.
No, I don't. I've never done that. But I'm saying it is possible. I've seen it happen.
It is possible.
And that's called tantric. Like I have a friend who actually does sex therapy, and she does tantric yoga, and she does tantric therapies to help people who struggle in that area. I mean, and I think in this world, we think it's so faux pas to talk about sex, and it's not okay, but it's part of our life.
Have you met Ian?
No.
Have you met Ian?
I have.
She didn't meet that version of me, though.
She did
My
not.
husband did.
Yes, he did.
My husband did.
Gary,
you brought him home at 6 a.m. Actually, you weren't the driver, so
No,
can't
God,
blame
You
no.
know what?
No,
That
no.
next morning, I see Ian outside smoking a cigarette
At like
at like
8:39.
8:39 in the morning. And he's just standing there and I go, how'd your night go? Because I went to bed early. He's
so did
like,
I was with you.
I was like, God, what does that mean? Because I know Ian, when he gets the chuckle going, something happened.
Yeah, but it wasn't malicious, and it wasn't,
And
No,
see,
it was
I
fun.
don't know
It was
everything
fun.
that happened because my husband's like, this is how he is. He
Oh,
doesn't tell
no.
anybody
Oh, no.
secrets.
Nothing
No.
ridiculous happened.
Ian, go
It's
ahead.
just-
I have to use the restroom.
yeah.
But I do know
So-
after that night, people
Yeah.
think my husband and I are swingers.
I don't know why they'd get that idea.
Okay. He was
But I
laying
will
across the
say-
laps of girls in the back of a car.
Well, that could be why. I mean, he was on my lap too.
I know.
I don't know. I guess if you have kind of like an immature mentality, you could like take that the wrong way. But no, I don't think anything like crazy or wild happened. It's just the context in which everything happened made it kind of crazy and wild.
It did.
I started a significant fire on the hotel property.
I was there for that, and then
Doing the
I would have
control
went with you
fire.
guys, but I didn't feel well.
There was a lot of consumption of alcohol and
Mhm.
a lot of merriment. And
Mhm.
then
there was. I was
an
there for that
adventure was
part.
suggested. And so somebody had mentioned the covered bridge, and I was like, no, I haven't been able to make it over there. And they were like, oh, well, so-and-so's sober. And I'm like, all right, make them drive.
Yeah.
And calls were made, things were arranged. We went 1950s phone booth style.
All
in
my
this,
friends,
like,
they're my besties. Yeah.
Nissan Pathfinder or something like that. It was like a little
Mhm.
crossover SUV. I think there was
Yeah.
8 of us in it. There were 7 or 8
Yeah.
of us.
7. I think it was 7.
And then there were people there when we got there, which was like a little odd too. But I'm like, I lack the part of my brain that is like, ooh, I shouldn't talk to these people. So I went over and just immediately started talking to them, and we hung out. And then I was warm, so I put my feet in the river. And then I started walking towards the dike, not realizing that the dike fall off was going to be as far away from it as it was. Because like we have them up here, and usually it's like maybe 6 to 7 feet off of the dike. You have that erosion plunge. Oh, for anyone that doesn't know, by the way, dike is a form of small dam. I'm not using like
I knew that, but I'm going like this. I'm like, I'm waiting for someone to say something in the comments.
It's like a river dam.
I'm trying not to. That's why I'm my emotional support raccoon.
Yeah, and so I get like.
Would this be advertisement?
I get
Should
out
I
there.
not have this on here?
No, you're fine. I'm a nerd. It's okay. So I get
Freaking
like
most
6, 7
awesome
feet
things
out.
ever.
I'm at like my shin. I'm at my knee. And then I just take one extra step and I'm over my head. And so like I just plunged.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to pop right back out and get in. It wasn't a long scenario, but then we walked around, we saw the hanging tree and everything like that. It was pretty cool. It was late night and it was just, late night, like 3 a.m. Maybe 2.
I think it was later than that.
Well, no, because I restarted the fire when we got back.
It took them an
you guys
hour to
came
find
back
a
and hung
ride.
out.
We came back and then I got the fire going again because I was cold at that point. And,
I wonder why.
I was soaked.
Did you sleep that night at all?
Yeah, I think I got like 2 hours, like 2.5 hours. But for me, I recharge off of like those kind of just spur of the moment adventures where like it's just kind of crazy. What's wild is if people are commenting, I'm not getting them. Are you seeing them?
I'm not either.
I'm not seeing any comments.
10 minutes since a comment.
Everybody leave us?
Which is
no.
weird. No,
I mean,
there's
long time.
we still got the viewers coming on. I don't know if the comments.
still got-
whoa, there
Ashley,
we go.
There we go. We have
It was
Ashley
3
here at
because
least.
I went to bed at 1:30.
And I streamed to my channels too, so
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, nice.
All right, so
Uh,
are we
I
gonna
have
get the
Stream
card
Yard too.
pulls?
It gives me the option.
What's that?
Yes, we
Are
want some
we gonna-
card pulls.
Are we gonna get the
Oh.
card pulls?
Shit, I gotta bring out my translator here.
Your what?
You know what? And I do got to take a second here for a second. I got to take a second for a second. But I do need to take a moment and send out appreciation for everybody in the chat room listening. Everybody's going to listen
Absolutely.
on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube or anything like that. I really do appreciate it. Actually, I can't say I do appreciate it because now it's Ian and I as a partnership. And we really appreciate the views and you guys coming out. I do want to say we do have a big milestone today. And one of my goals is within sight right now. The Compass Curiosities Facebook page has now amassed over 905 followers.
5 more gets to his like happy place.
And I've invited everybody that I know on my channels. So I've done what I can.
Everybody
I'll
out there,
invite.
please go like the page, go follow the page, leave a comment, do anything like that. You know, you guys mean so much to me. This is why I do the show. Ian, I don't know why he does the show. He just puts up with my nonsense for no reason.
Because I'm a creature of chaos. I'm an agent of disruption in this relatively
Because
normative
you fight
world.
against the brain's need for making order out of chaos, and you want to know more.
Talking about the brain and fight and needs and fighting against the brains. Did you know that being around people that are expressing themselves in a more intelligent way than you're capable of actually triggers your fight or flight response? And it actually triggers the amygdala.
I've heard that.
To make you more combative when you're around people that are expressing more intelligent than you.
Because that makes that defense mode. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same as like physically being attacked.
Because you feel weak. Because a person would feel weak.
You're feeling neutered. Yeah. And what I think is incredibly weird is I've never been able to express why I've always presented myself as kind of a dumbed down version of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, and I mean, it really was because like growing up, my father was very intimidated by it.
Do you know those words resonate with me so much tonight based on some of the things that have happened tonight and the conversations I've had? Like I do that to myself sometimes.
Well,
Ian
yeah,
and
you self-regulate to be more palatable.
Ian and I were talking backstage prior to the show starting, about 15 minutes before the show started.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we found out that Stacy had canceled. By no doing of by no doing of her own. But Ian and I were trying to come up with what we were going to talk about. And I pitched the idea of like, let's critique or go down our favorite movies. And then he's like, why don't we go into quantum physics and this and that? And I'm just like,
no. What I said was, why don't we revisit some of the things I've talked about on my show? And you can ask me clarifying questions on some of the things that tripped you up. And we can have a conversation that's more digestible to people. That's what I said. I didn't just fire off with quantum physics. And it wasn't quantum physics. It was quantum entanglement and the idea that manifestation of physical properties through gamma signals in our brain are potential.
And that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. Because it's all...
We've actually documented it.
Part of the plan. Like...
What's that card? I can't see it. What was that card?
Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups.
Oh, are we going to do nothing but aces tonight here? All right. Hold on.
Actually, I have... but this is new beginnings. Ace of Cups is new beginnings. It's that awakening. It's awakening. To me, this card is an awakening. I just started pulling while you guys were talking.
I don't mean to interrupt you or anything. I don't mean to interrupt you or anything, but laws are threats made by a dominant socioeconomic ethnic group. And I'm just going to stop right there because I'm not going with it.
You finish it.
Okay, socioeconomic ethnic group in a given nation. It's the promise of violence that's enacted, and the police are basically an occupying army. Know what I mean?
There you go, my guy.
I told you I had it on standby.
Yeah.
So
Positive
you
success
do you
by the
read
dominant
you read
socioeconomic.
the actual play-in deck. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people realize that our tarot deck is the playing cards. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Can I
Each
play
suit is a
rummy?
deck, the major arcana.
Can I
Swords,
play rummy with a deck of tarot?
pentacles,
You could play rummy with a deck of tarot,
wand,
but you need to remove the major arcana.
and
Oh,
cups.
okay. All right,
you
Ian's
had
all
to-
about
yeah.
this. He's good to go.
Major arcanas have been removed.
But this came up, so there's disharmony, like, and we were just talking, like, this is a general reading, like, out there for everybody that's out there and what we were talking about. And I
She's
think
reading
this
the world
resonates with
right
a lot
now.
of what's going on in this world. It's a general disharmony. Like, we want the perfect life. We want the perfect world. We want the perfect family. We want the perfect everything. But there's so much disharmony because we keep ourselves in these boxes and don't allow our awakening to happen. We don't
Are
allow
you a time traveler?
the page. We don't allow the new beginnings. We don't allow the new things to come to fruition because we're scared of them.
Well, because we're so tied up in nostalgia that we want to go back to an era that never existed.
Never, and that's exactly what this card is. This is nostalgia.
If anyone in the chat wants a free reading, please comment and we'll do a card pull for you.
Yes, please. We can do that.
So, Stacy, I'll pull the middle card.
Okay, you'll pull the middle.
You go 1, I'll go 2, and then you go 3.
Okay. So when you do your 3 card, like, what do they mean? Do they have meanings for you? Is like, I do past, present, future, or
I just pull a card and let you.
There's so many different, like.
I'm more of a passive activist in this situation where I'm going to snap one out. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Thank you, Rust. And then you can apply it to the.
So
to the
Susan says me.
All right, Susan says it, and then Laura as well.
All right, Susan Skill. So you go past, present, future.
Susan. Basically, but then sometimes it means like what's happened, what you've done about it, what you need to do about it.
Okay.
Where you're stuck. I like. This is what was going, like, for 3 card. This is what's happening. This is your past. This is the shit that is stuck. The middle is like, okay, this is what you need to do in I guess future, or how you need to move forward. So past, present, future, but more in depth.
All right. So you tell me when to pull.
I'm gonna pull 1.
All right, you did this with Danny
a
couple last week, Ian. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay, I pulled the first card. Go ahead, pull your second.
1 of Pentacles.
Okay.
1 of Pentacles, right?
Ace of Pentacles.
Ace of Pentacles. Yeah.
Yeah, Ace 1. Yeah, but that's victory. That's overcoming. So that's overcoming the 3 of Pentacles. So the 3 of Pentacles. I like to look at the things too. Sorry, I'm like having brain farts right here with 3 of Pentacles, because Pentacles mean like tangible things. So you caught too much up on like success. You want to be where he left. You want to be this success and serving and giving and giving and giving, because you want people to be like, I'm worthy. I'm there. But then you have the 1 of Pentacles. So it's almost like your idea of success, and then you pull in the 1 of Pentacles is like, no, like that's not what you want to be successful. I hate this card. I hate swords. I fucking hate swords. So it is the 10 of Swords. Because swords hurt. I like them because, actually you would be a good swords person, because swords are the harsh words that you need to hear.
Well, so the 10, if I'm not mistaken, is that critical moment of success within failure, or failure within success.
Yes.
Where it's
those things. Yes.
It's that moment that even though you win, hope is almost gone.
It's delusion. Yeah, it's bringing you to your delusions, seeing your delusions, and all of the people that have stabbed you in the fucking back. So, Susan, it's time for you to realize all the people that are stabbing you in the back. Open yourself up to like, this
are the ones that were trying to collaborate earlier, and you need to overcome that collaboration because it's not actually collaboration, it's poisoning. And that ace of pentacles is that planting a new seed and moving on to a new thing. Shit, I'm kind of learning tarot.
And this is the reverse of it, because it came up reverse. So you're exactly right with there. So it came up exactly what you said, like people are trying to show you what you need to do when it's not like, and your real goal is that success, that Ace of Pentacles manifestation, learning that you can manifest what you want without worrying about your group, because threes are groups, threes are community. So like that's what the numerology of tarot means, is like that's the three, it's the community of the group. You know how to get your own success, but like that's, you got to feel every single sword that's been in your back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Actually says you guys are making Ian a pro. Ian is so freaking smart. So if you look at this, didn't have any major arcana in it. So if you look at the major arcana, Ian, like it is my brain just farted. The major arcana of the psyche. What was his name? Why am I farting?
Gustav Jung.
No, Young.
Carl Jung. Yeah. Hero of 1,000 Faces.
Yes, and it's based on tarot. Like this is
I wrote
before he even came up with it. Yes, so this is based on all those major arcana, the personalities of each person. And that's what made the major arcana. Yes, the archetypes. Really funny? The archetypes.
And this comes from a little bit of the fact that for those of you who are watching now, you might not know, but I say it often. I have autism. Jung's Hero of 1,000 Masks, right, spoke to me when I was in high school, and it was because this idea of presenting a different persona in society than you actually have in your internal self, and how the idea of the hero is just this archetypical idea. It's not actually something that's real. It's just something that we will put forward when we are put into that place. And so we won't actually be that person in our bathroom, but we will on our front lawn. And so it was really funny, even back then, not knowing that I was masking a lot of my behavior, and I was actually using the actual clinical masking. I actually had written a thesis in high school. But it was coming out in behaviors. Well, but it was I didn't have a way of quantifying it, right? Until junior year in high school, I came across Carl Gustav Jung. And so when I actually went through the Hero of 1,000 Faces, 1,000 Masks, depends on how you translate it from German, that actually resonated with me. And it wasn't until I was in my 30s when I was like, oh shit, it resonated with me, because I've been playing these different characters in society for so long, because I just had to adapt whatever parts of me could shoehorn into the situation. And it was just, it was really
order out of chaos. Yeah.
Well, and making chaos out of order, conversely, as well, because the more I can impact the disruption of the area I'm in, the
Ashley says she doesn't want to offend you, but do you have Asperger's or autism?
This is such a long conversation. So Asperger's no longer exists.
No longer does. It's autism level 1.
Because it was quite literally named off of a straight up hardcore adamant Nazi.
Well, and it used to be NOS.
Like hardcore Nazi guy.
And there goes my show. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Sorry, we've gone to psychology.
But no, I have what I like to call slow burn autism. So I was raised by an autistic. There's no doubt in my mind that my father was
Yeah.
autistic.
I see that.
But he raised me in a very 80s kind of way, while having a lot, I guess, softer of a touch when it came to the autism expressions. So if I didn't do my chores, I might be catching a left hook across the dinner table. But if I was stimming or staring at the wall or paying attention to something else while having a serious conversation, it was okay. I just needed to acknowledge that I was in the conversation.
Okay.
So it was like, it was weird.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that I'm quite Asperger's. I don't think the traditional definition of Asperger's fits me necessarily. I think I'm a little bit spurious for that diagnosis.
Well, I think they got rid of it because there is a lot of that didn't fit.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm not
no,
a DSM person. Believe me, I'm not a DSM. I don't.
Got rid of it because of the dude. It was a subset of
Yeah.
autism that they just abolished because of the name.
Yeah.
A lot of us in the community were
I know
kind of
my
upset.
son was diagnosed Asperger's.
Yeah, a lot of us, like a lot
Which-
of us high functioning, were like, that's kind of bullshit, because it actually does better describe the flavor of autism than we have than just saying autistic, because
It almost became like a part of a community. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah,
An Aspie. Yeah.
yeah.
So Russ is
So
a really
I'm an Audi.
No. I'm
you're an Audi.
no.
I'm an
I'm
Audi.
taking it.
It is.
I'm a naughty Audi.
I'm taking it all in. Like I really honestly am.
When we were talking about the major arcana of the tarot and how it relates to Carl Jung and how that relates to the human psyche, because that's
No,
where Ian and I
Ashley, Ashley, no, and I can promise you, it is now fully folded into the autism spectrum.
It is.
And it
I got
not
the
its own
DSM
thing.
5 right over here. We can look at
It's
it.
not its
It's
own
fully
thing, and it's not something that's even used anymore. It's completely
not,
deleted from
but the Aspie world still holds that title. They still want to hold on to that.
and I respect it. I
love it.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not
Absolutely.
like, because like Rain Man, right? Like one of the largest autistic images on cinema up until the past 5 years. Anybody that says that Rain Man wasn't about an autistic dude is wildly misinformed. That's a super low functioning, high intellect Asperger's.
What about what's eating Gilbert Grape?
I don't know.
He'd be a lower spectrum. He wouldn't be Aspie. No.
No, that's definitely not Aspie's. No way.
No, not at all. No. Yeah.
No, when autistics get the credit for like numbers, that's usually because they
It's Rain Man. Yeah.
Rain Man. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So Laura was next, right? Let's
Laura said that she wanted her spirit guide, Landon. Like to know more of him. He has been in my life since she was 5, and she will be 60.
So I don't feel like she's 60. Maybe biologically she's 60. The tower came out. So the tower is like things have been falling around and falling down around you. Things need to be broken. And that's the 6 of Cups. So things need to be broken and fallen, but this is your past. This is things that have already happened. Like things keep going and going and going and falling into you, but that's because you're not being true to your heart. It's like these, like, in order to end your difficult times, you need to let go of all the things that have broken in your past. The six of Hearts is this opening up, this being, or 6 of Cups.
Can I jump in?
Here I am saying yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Is the living in the past and forgiveness and the lacking of playfulness.
Yes,
nostalgia. I'm looking them up as we go because it was reversed. The 6 of Cups initially.
So what did come up reversed?
It came up inverted. Yeah.
Okay, so it is, definitely living in the past. So being stuck in these towers, being stuck in everything that has fallen around you, because the tower is actually a very powerful card. It looks scary. It's when everything starts breaking down. It's destroying things in order to build new, and you're not allowing yourself to build new because you keep getting stuck in that nostalgia, getting stuck in the past. And what you need to do is fight. You need to, like, this is the Five of Wands. So
Get
there's so
violent.
many victories that you have had, and you're not paying attention to the victories. You're not seeing the small wins that you have had and the small things that have happened and celebrating them because you don't feel worthy. So you have to celebrate those small wins and celebrate everything that you've been through and everything that you have done.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yes.
Because Laura, this is something that's super, super, super important. It's not only about forgiving the people that have put you through things in the past, but it's absolving yourself of fault and realizing that it's not on you. So while it's not necessarily forgiving yourself, it's absolving yourself of the guilt that you might feel around those different things that you may subconsciously be saying, I've earned this for XYZ. Granted, their response to it isn't great and their response was wrong, but I started it all, right? So you have to get past that yourself. You have to move past that and really let that go as well. So it's not just about forgiving themselves. It's about absolving yourself of guilt around those scenarios.
Yeah. And that's part of forgiving yourself is getting rid of that guilt. Like, you can't forgive yourself until it goes away. But yes, I agree. You're really good at this. We should do this.
Okay, so I have a friend in the chat room right now that they're listening, but they're not commenting.
Okay.
They're kind of they're not scared to come forward, but they're just kind of on
private.
Yeah. Her name's Kimmy. So she wants a card pulled done for herself. She's recently gone through some things and no, Kim, it's not me.
Ross, you can say it's you. And you said no, Kimmy, and Kimmy, she's like, make sure it's not me, and LOL.
All jokes aside, Kimberly, I am very excited for you, and I'm very proud of you for your new studio and how much you like it and everything. Kim has upgraded her studio, and it looks absolutely fantastic.
She does amazing, amazing work. Like, I've saw some of her things, and so I saw your pictures even.
Yeah, my new Facebook pictures were her just like throwing it together in like a half hour.
Right.
Yeah, it's
legitimately one morning she was just like, all right, you want to go knock this out? And like half an hour later I had like 10 or 15 images that were
and I like
you thought she was saying something else. You want to knock something else out real quick.
No, I didn't. Not in the moment.
See, I get forget my podcast, men.
Boys.
Anyway, back to Kimmy, your friend. I pulled 10 of Pentacles. It came out reversed. So, with like, there's been a lot of misfortune. It's very similar to what's going back in to like it's more financial. Like, there's a lot of financial hardship, a lot of financial burdens, a lot of misfortune, and that like can't seem to get ahead. I'm feeling like she recently lose a car or a house or something like that. Like there's a lot of having to hold on to somebody else financial. Go ahead, pull your middle card.
So I have the 8 of clubs.
Clubs are
going to be the 8 of wands.
Wands, the 8 of wands. It came up. Yep. So that's the travel card. Movement. Upright. That's swift, quick movement. Like quick changes, like really quick changes happening, like action. The wands are actions cards. So that's like quick changes. So I don't know if did something really change really quickly, or this is telling you need to like go. Like it's time to go. It's time to move. It's time to go. If you haven't done so already, it's time to move on. And the Chariot came up, and that just like further exemplifies like it's the time to take your own reins and knowing your own power. I'm trying to get that card. There we go. Knowing your own power. Maybe it's my camera. Maybe I have a horrible camera. That's why my glasses reflect.
No, I don't know.
No.
So The Chariot is like, if you look at, I always think of Medusa when I look at the Chariot. I've seen certain tarots with the Chariot that does show her with her braids. Like, she has this power to manifest and change her world. And I don't think if you believe in yourself in that, but it's time to believe in that. Like, you can't wallow in your misery any longer. Like, it sucks. It seems like there's no way out, but there is. Like, take a hold of your reins. That's the theme that I'm getting. I don't know.
So
Ian,
to kind of
to
bring it into like a 2-sentencer, right? Or like a 3-sentencer. So it sounds like there might be a lot of turmoil going on, seeming very much financial, that a major impact is going to be you making that decisive, quick decision. And it's going to feel brash, but trust in yourself and that you have the authority, you have the autonomy, and you have the agency to actually make a real impact in your life.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right. It's perfect.
All right. Is Ashley still listening?
Ashley with Jeff and Ashley?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not,
we've been talking all night.
Not another Stacy.
We only ended our conversation because we wanted to come watch your podcast.
Oh, I appreciate that, guys.
I'm serious. Like,
come on.
2 hours.
It's all Ian.
I don't even know where my phone is.
I'm just here to be a face. I'm the floating head.
No, you're the voice. Ashley Storm. All right.
Okay.
I
don't want
to face, bud.
I don't want to do it about the without her permission. So
consent.
I'd like to see Ian pull Ashley because I know her so well, and sometimes it's not that. It's sometimes our own biases and our own thoughts of conversations we've had as friends do come into it, like when you do readings. That's why I like reading people I don't know.
It's hard to divorce inside knowledge.
Hard to divorce. Yeah. And yeah, Ashley's saying go for it. So Ian, I'd like you to do it. I mean, I'll pull cards and I'll show you what I got, or do you want to pull all yours?
I'll pull them all. I'll pull them all here.
All right,
so we're going to go past, present, future. How are we going to do this? What should I do?
I would do past, present, future. That's always a good one. Right. I mean, like, what led up to the situation, your current situation, how are you going to move forward?
All right. So it's going to be tough. Man, 2 wands and a sword. I already pulled them. All right.
Wands are action. Okay.
All right. I'm surprised I got so many wands.
That's action. Like, things need to be moving. Yeah.
Oh, Ashley's getting impatient now.
All right, Ashley. So we have your first card. I already pulled. Now I'm just looking up the meanings. Damn it. All right.
Where the fuck did my phone go?
All right. So 5 of swords.
When the fuck do we get ice cream?
You are going through some kind of conflict. It's either a disagreement or there's some hostile tension. That's actually backed by the 5 of clubs, which is actually the 5 of wands, which also suggests the conflict, disagreements, the competitiveness, the tension, the kind of internal strife of it all. Okay. And then that's actually capped off with your 6 of wands, which is that self-confidence and progress, which is going to deliver you from it. So you're dealing with some bullshit, right? You got some back-end burner bullshit. You aren't handling appropriately. You have a consistent internal dialogue that's preventing you from taking the proper action you need to make. I don't give a shit. It's a fucking playing card. They're getting the message. And it's followed up with the 6 of wands, which is that self-confidence, which is going to deliver you through your scenario. How'd I do?
Yeah, gross. That was really fucking good. Sorry. Actually, you say how you felt on that one, but that was really good. Yeah. Have you been studying tarot?
No, I literally have a fucking key ledger next to me here. I'm just pulling the appropriate cards.
But you are putting them together. And that's the
That's the big
the
bridge,
art
is
of
putting them
tarot
all together. Yep.
but you have the intelligence to be able to bridge them together and pull them together and do that. But you also know a little bit of what Ashley's going through too. So, but you hit the nail on the head. I probably would have said the same
I
thing.
actually don't. Russ can attest to my general ignorance to all things paranormal.
Okay.
Well, see,
Like,
I talk to Jeff and Ashley on a daily basis, so
I don't.
I know
So do
what's
I.
going on behind the scenes and everything like that. And I've been a
But that's why it's
guiding
best that
voice.
you pick
Kmart
the cards,
sucks.
because Russ and I talk to Ashley on a daily basis. We both do.
Yeah.
I do not. I actually, and I'm not going to lie, and whether I should feel ashamed of this or not, prior to the podcast, about 3 hours ago, was Ashley one of the ones you tagged in the?
It was.
Yeah, I messaged Russ.
You don't even know who Ashley is.
And I messaged Russ. And I go, who are these other people you tagged in the post? Because I don't know who people are, Stacey. And this was actually one of the things. I won't actually give the person's name because fuck them. But
Found it.
somebody actually messaged not me, my wife, and was like, we need to corral Ian because he's saying he doesn't care what Zaphis has done. And I was like, yeah, because somebody came up to me and I was like, oh, it's Zaphis over there. Do you want to go talk to him? I'm like, I really don't care. Like, it's not a big deal to me. Like, he's just another person. Like, I'm not getting starstruck by people. I grew up with Steven Tyler of Aerosmith walking through my grocery store. I'm sorry. I'm not going to fangirl over people. Like, it's just not going to happen. And so I am horrible with
fangirling over me.
Like, I fangirl over people I actually know.
Right. Yes,
but like,
I had to break the tension there because there was a little bit of tension there.
Well, no, because Russ knows who I'm talking about, and like, it's not like a mystery. The person knows exactly who they are if they're watching. Only one person was like, holy shit, that was Ashley and Jeff?
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on. That was Ashley and Jeff? So Ashley,
Yes.
Oh, fuck. That's the same. All right, shit, yeah, cool. No, I know who they are now. Yeah. The one who thought it would be like wise to let me just shoot a Dixie cup full of fucking moonshine. Of course, I would also thought it was wise. It wasn't wise. It wasn't wise at all. But yeah, all right. No, I know who they are now. Now, if you put a lineup of people in front of me, right, and I can see their faces, I can tell you if I know them. But if you give me a list of names, I have no idea who anybody is.
I'm a face person too. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Shut up, puppy.
I'm about vibes and like the energy people to bring to a conversation. I'll remember.
She's got the puppy smell.
Like, because there was another person at that table when I had that shot of moonshine. Russ, right?
Yeah, but
what was that? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I said there was somebody at that table when I had the moonshine whose name I screwed up earlier today.
I don't think I was there for that one.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Took you a minute, but
I caught on there for a second. Yep. I got it.
Like,
honestly, I just realized Ashley texted me like a little while ago, maybe an hour ago, and said, "What did you sign up for?"
Oh, chaos
coming on here.
Ashley, come on now.
Hey, hon. So Ashley is the one whose man gave me the moonshine at Gettysburg.
Yes.
When I did the Dixie cup of moonshine. I don't know. Yeah, you got text messages.
Moonshine and not something else.
Jesus fuck.
Because I still have that in my fridge.
Oh, do you really? You still have I can't remember. The Schmorgasm?
Oh no, we drank that. Actually, we recently just finished that. Yes.
I actually have like 3 inches left, maybe 2 or 3 inches left on my bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, puppers.
Yes. This is Raven. Yeah, she's not happy right now. She wants her she sees her bully stick.
Her bull penis.
Oh, fuck me.
Thank you. You're the only one that knew what that was. I've been saying it all night. They're like, "Oh, well, what's a bully stick?" And like, it's a bull penis.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Russ, do you want some cards? Let's pull cards for Russ. You ready?
Oh, okay.
Why not? Let's
Russ,
go.
We need your consent. All right. Let's do this together, Ian. You ready?
Yes means yes.
2 came out at once, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that. Ace
Oh,
of
okay.
Pentacles. Again, a lot of success coming up. Like people wanting success. People wanting like
Ooh,
manifesting.
I put my face
their-
cards back in.
Okay. So when it comes to reading from a deck, and you have, because there's 4 in a, there's the page, the knight, the queen, and the king, but in a deck there's only the jack, the queen, and the king. So
Yeah.
when it presents, you have to interpret like, is that the
Knight of
page or
Swords.
is that the knight?
The
So
knight.
knight. Okay. And then wands again, but wands is coming in reverse, the 4 of wands. So with that, it's like that's like,
I don't like that laugh.
no, it's like you
That was a
enjoy being
laugh you
alone.
no, Stacy. I will take this back. That was a laugh you gave me before you're like, I'm gonna go into the river so I can get pictures at your wedding day.
That was similar.
Same river, right?
Right.
Same river.
Same river. It's, you don't know how to fucking handle success and love and being okay with happiness. I'm gonna call you out because I know you too. So this
Does
is
that
where,
mean
like,
I
you know
want
what?
more, or does that mean I want like I need to not necessarily
No,
settle,
you
but you
have
accept
it. You have a lot of it. You need to accept it. Like you don't like, you're like, I want this, I want this, I want this, and then you get it. And you're like, fuck, I don't like this. This doesn't feel good.
Quit being a bitch is what she's saying. Just be happy with what you get.
No, it's that you're constantly feeling lonely. You're constantly feeling alone. And that's what blocked it, because these 2 came out together. I was like, usually I'm just like, okay, that's the top card, but they came out together. And with the Ace of Pentacles, that's that.
Well, that's because my
feeling
co-host doesn't
secure.
text me very often.
He just became your fucking co-host. So,
And I've
He
been
was-
like your
that feeling-
emotional support dog for fucking 6 years. What are you talking about?
yeah.
Can I put you
It's
in
like-
a vest and walk you around an airport?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could. I want
Trust me.
videos, please.
Trust me, the airport wants me in a vest. They would like to know. They'd like to
What
have me
kind
in
of
hiding
vest?
question. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't specify.
Slightly restrictive.
But your Ace of Pentacles is security. What's and like you literally, they came out together. So this is like your constant battle in life is this security and feeling lonely. Like you get security and like self-sabotage type of thing. So pull.
Ian
pull a
knows
card.
that all too well that I do
What's
that
your
to
middle
myself.
card? What is this? This is what set him up for where he's at. What's currently going on with him?
The
Absolute mayhem.
inverted Knight of Swords, which is the lack.
Oh, that's
of
right. You got the
creative
Knight of
freedom.
Swords. Inverted
Inverted.
tyranny. Like someone is, and I'm not saying that's you. Like usually, the knights and like in tarot sometimes usually mean people in your lives, and a knight sometimes can represent a younger male that is causing tyranny, causing discord, causing discomfort.
And in this context, with you specifically, I would probably make the contention that it is the younger version of yourself that's actually having the tyranny of doubt over your future actions.
Okay.
So
I
how
can
are you
see
going to
that.
get past it? How are you going to get past it?
He's
I
gonna
don't know.
suck it up and fucking walk it off.
Exactly. You just read the card. Persistence, determination, resource of like fruition, resilience, having resilience, which is
Stacey,
sucking
do you know
it
what
up.
that card means for me?
What does it mean?
Vindication.
Exactly. Celebrate it. Quit worrying. Oh God, Russ, you and I have had so many conversations, and we have said the same fucking thing to each other. Quit worrying what people think. You've said it to
Take
me
a
how many times?
spoonful of my medicine, baby.
We need to somehow manifest or elicit Ian's energy of not fucking giving a shit. But
where do you think after I left Gettysburg, where do you think I got that mentality from?
And you are further along than I am. I want to say you
Oh
are
my
further
God,
along.
he has come miles in the past year.
He has. But I know we both struggle with how can we balance the not giving a shit, but also having the heart to care for others.
True.
And Ian, I'm not saying you don't have a heart. You might somewhere in there.
Here's the thing.
You have the
There's
heart
a
for the right
difference.
people. I know.
No, I actually have a heart for everybody. But here's the thing. If you want to try and embrace the general fuck it all mentality that I have, you have to understand there's a huge difference between empathizing and commiserating.
Or absorbing. I absorb.
And so, well, commiserating is absorbing. Commiserating is I will wallow in the shit with you.
Yeah, that's
Sympathy.
what I do. I follow the shit with people.
Sympathy is I will stand outside of the shit and tell you I understand the shit you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And then genuine empathy, which to me is the only manner of having a heart towards people that actually fucking matters, is looking at a situation genuinely and objectively letting them know that you're there to help them out of it, but you're not there to play the bullshit games that put them there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I do get called callous a lot. I do. There have been instances in my life where I have been told about people's decisions and what they wanted to do and what their plans were to conclude the evening. And I took drastic action. And it wasn't the action of someone that would be labeled as empathetic or sympathetic or anything. But I can tell you, at the end of the evening, what they had initially planned to do that evening became the last thing on their mind. And they were able to move forward and never really have that thought again. But it's because there's a degree of honesty that you have to have if you're going to say that you have a heart for other people, that you have empathy for other people. You have to have honesty first. And so if they're doing something that's causing them to be in that place, if they're doing something that is repetitively putting them in the same position, empathy is I'm here to get you out, but I'm not here to watch you do it again.
And I recently met a friend, I guess probably very similar to how you and Ian have been, Russ. Shauna and Danielle, Holly's daughters.
Yes.
Have been helping me see that exact thing too. Like they can empathize, they will be there with me, but they're gonna fucking tell me like it is.
Yeah.
And I can accept it from them. And I'm learning a lot about like, oh, okay. Like they can tell me, hey, this is how it is, and this isn't okay, and this is kind of fucked up, and you're being kind of fucked up, and I don't take offense to it. And
so
Stacey,
actually,
do you know what I have Ian on my phone as?
No.
I don't know if you've heard it over the last couple of podcasts I've done or not. Ian is literally in my phone as honest asshole.
Oh God, Shauna, where is she at? Because that's my Shauna. Yeah, Shauna, same way, honest asshole.
Because you know what? I know I can go to Ian and give him some sob story about how things aren't working out my way, this, that, everything else. And he's like, and?
Yeah.
He tells it to you like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat shit. He just puts it to you like, this is going to suck, but this is what you need to hear.
You know, and it's not beyond Russ and I to get on a podcast and freaking bawl our eyes out because that's what we do. And you're just like...
Stone-faced.
Yes.
No, I honestly, like, I'm actually way more emotionally available than people think. I just don't.
Really might soda out the fridge right there.
Like, I don't express. I think I don't express in a more traditional way that people actually pick up on. I choke up on weird shit, right? Like I can't and it's weird. It's the weirdest shit.
Ashley, she likes him.
What? I have a
I
boyfriend.
thought you said you like him.
What do you
I thought
mean?
you just said that to me.
I said, can I have a sip?
Oh, never mind. Sorry, it's a private conversation.
Are we talking about why?
No, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What is happening? Why are you trying to put the kid's business out there like that? Like,
Sorry.
I would have too. I have my niece. My niece is in the room.
Stand up for you. That's Ian. You remember him from Bash, right? Yeah.
I'm a loyal girlfriend. I'm not going to like someone else while I'm with someone.
Okay.
There you go. Keep with that. Right mentality. But no, I choke up over weird shit. Like I can't watch certain things like
dolphins.
When there's that moment of like friendship sacrifice in a film, even if it's like a super kids show or movie, like I catch myself getting choked up in like the weirdest moments where like my son couldn't care less. My wife is completely oblivious. And I'll tell you right now, I can't watch Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2 ever fucking again. I watched that shit once and I can never watch it again.
I'm the same way. I'll choke up at stupid things. Like
the last 10 minutes, Stacy's looking confused.
Yeah.
The last 10
No,
minutes
my
of Guardians
YouTube
of the
started
Galaxy
playing
2.
and I'm like, I heard two voices at
Oh,
once.
No.
No, I was
yeah.
going to call you out on that because as a psychologist, like sometimes when we get choked up on things that seem trivial, it's because we're hiding shit down deep and we're not dealing with the true emotions that are down here. So they're projecting out in ourselves in watching freaking commercials.
Oh, it's never the commercials for me. It's always like the moral crux of a story that seems like kind of passive. You know
like
what I mean?
Harry Potter
like
when he, died.
No, Harry Potter doesn't affect me
life.
at all. The kid lived under the fucking stairs. It doesn't matter what happens to him. He's a fucking. Harry Potter is just Star Wars with shitty lightsabers. No, like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Yondu sacrifices himself at the end, and he's like, "I'm your dad." Like, where there's this difference between the father
but he
and
fucking
the
was. He had an ego. Like that was like.
Well, Ego was his dad.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just this.
But then Yondu actually sacrifices himself. But Yondu had this weird, fucked up version of love that he had for Peter, where it was abusive, it was tyrannical, it was terrible, but it was the only way that he knew how to express. And when it came time to step up to be that figure, I'm getting fucked up right now. And then to top it off,
so tell me, how's that
all the people that abandoned
your
him.
life?
What's that?
What does that remind you of in your life?
Oh my Christ, my father, if you haven't met him. He was one of the most violent, like reactive guys. But at the end of the day, I always knew he would make that sacrifice. And so it's like that like emotionally stunted individual that like managed to find the emotional core, right? But yeah, like I don't know, like this is a whole other episode we could talk about. Like
that's a whole other episode where I give Ian therapy and he gives me therapy. We therapy each other.
Ian,
well, it's funny, I did a few sessions last year. I did like about a dozen sessions last year because I was like checking in, and she was like, "Oh, so what do you hope to achieve?" And I'm like, "I just want to double check that I'm not a narcissist."
Is he vaccinated yet?
Like legit, like that was the whole purpose. I was like,
if you ask that question, then you're not.
Well, and that's what she said. She's like, "Nope, I think we're good at one session, but we can continue. If that's the reason you're here, you're not capable of seeing it if you are."
Ian, what's your past trauma?
Oh, what's my who asked?
No one. I'm asking you. You don't have to answer it.
Oh.
I'm bringing up something in the past.
All right. So do you want like one of the funniest ones that I laugh about, or do you like one deep, dark, like
deflection? Deflection. Laughing is deflection.
No. I actually tell it in a very humorous way. It's not a great story, but it can be molded with slight modification to be humorous.
Okay.
If you do one, I'll do one.
Deep. Oh no! I need to know, like, because my trauma scale's deep, buddy. I need to know how far into the well we're going.
We're already at an hour and a half, so we can't go much longer. So,
well, I mean, severity-wise, trauma.
Well, you guys are going to be on my show, what, in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep. 2
Two.
weeks, I think.
So scale of 1 to 10, how traumatic are we going? 1 being I stubbed my toe, 10 being I got paid by the Catholic Church.
Do you want me to go 10?
What's that, Stacy?
I said, are you Catholic?
I was raised Catholic, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to go 10? And I'll put this out there because I don't give a fuck.
I feel like you and I's 10s are wildly different. All right, you throw it out, and then I'll match trauma level.
All right, so I will tell everybody this right now. This is me exposing a side to all my listeners, whether you're watching now or will be listening on a future episode. When I was 11 years old, I was molested by my stepfather's son, and no one believed me. My mother didn't even believe me.
Oh shit, dude.
That tends to happen very commonly.
So you want to go trauma that I've accepted, I've processed, I've accepted. I don't hold any resentment towards it or anything like that. But that was a big key factor in my life, because that's why I'm not open with a lot of people, because I was open with people, the most trusted people, I thought. And I was told I was wrong. I was making it up.
You must be imagining things. Yeah.
From 4 to 6. 4 to 6 by a family friend.
4 to 16. Stepfather.
Jesus.
Same
all right, well,
situation.
on that upbeat note, where
we're trauma bonded now.
We're all trauma bonded.
Jesus fuck.
But I grew up in Baltimore, the ghetto, where I had to duck from gunfire.
I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio.
Yes, there you go.
Which was
suburbia, man.
Suburbia with the perfect car and the perfect house. I didn't have a car. We didn't have a car. I had to use the payphone to call my friends. You all were in the 90s talking to your friends. I don't know how old you are, Ian, but we're talking to our friends on your phone.
Stacey, I'm older than Russ.
He's a year older than me.
I think I'm older than both of you.
Yeah, I think so, but that's no offense to you.
I take no offense to him.
I grew up in a neighborhood where I wasn't even allowed to use the phone to call my friends. I had to go out on the front or back deck
and yell.
Stoop out front or deck out back.
Okay.
And scream.
Yep.
Until they answered, like we were in the projects. And then they would come to their front door
with my kids,
and scream back. And then the doors would get locked on the house, and we were allowed to come back when the lights turned on.
Was this one of those like ghetto like bird calls when they see the cops coming in?
No, we had those though. We were super suburban, but we were all white trash.
Okay.
Like
you lived in a trailer park?
No, we were just above that line.
Okay.
Like one generation back was definitely like the trailer park folk.
Okay, I get it.
But like we had just progressed that, like all of Marshfield was like that one step above trailer park.
Okay.
I mean, we still had 2 trailer parks for the longest time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
step above a trailer park, or step above a trailer park.
You're suburbia, but that's not perfect suburbia with your suburban and your 5 dogs and your 3 children.
We weren't
trick or treating on Halloween. Everybody meets like on the corner and drinking their slushies or whatever.
We were mom and dad are drunk every night, suburbia.
Yeah. Okay.
We were like first generation. We made it, suburbia.
I can contest for that because I've met both.
Oh, what the fuck was the name of the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, it was the girl from American Pie that has a raspy voice who was in the Russian Doll show. She's been on a bunch of stuff since. But like her whole family, it was such a big deal to go to Sizzler. And I can't remember the name of the fucking movie.
I used to go, there was a local bar my mom liked to sing karaoke at, and I was underage, so she would go across the 7-Eleven and buy me a Mickey's, and I'd take it in the bathroom and get drunk so I could sing karaoke with her at the age of 16.
Oh my God. I was in bars because in Massachusetts, you were allowed to have kids in bars.
Yeah, in Maryland you are too.
up until like, I think it was like 98.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, in Maryland, it was
And-
9.
Yeah, I think it was like 8 o'clock in Mass. And I mean, I was at 11 or 12 having a beer with my dad at the Roadhouse, throwing
Oh
darts
God, the roadie.
and playing pool.
Oh, the roadie.
Roadhouse in Mass, like outside of Boston, Mass, or
It's called the Roadhouse in Marshfield.
okay. I used to live in
Slums of
Connecticut.
Beverly Hills.
My boyfriend was
Okay.
in Mass. We used to go up there all the time to the
Slums
Roadhouse.
of Beverly Hills is the name of the movie.
Yeah.
But the Roadhouse, it's about 35 minutes south of Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right
Yeah.
next to the Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh yeah, Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah, it was an interesting place. It was a really weird town because it was a lot of blue collar, a lot of drug wholesale. So there were no drug dealers,
Wholesale.
but it's where major shipments were coming in and out of for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're at
All
an hour
right.
and a half. We've
Anyway,
talked
I know
about-
it's 10:30, Russ. We all are.
No, it's fine. Ian, you want to announce our guest for next week since you know him so well,
I do. I know him well enough that
and I cannot
I
pronounce
can't
his last
pronounce
name.
last
So,
name.
I guess we're just both fucked.
It's Gaudreau. I believe it's Gaudreau. It could be Gaudreau, but I think it's Gaudreau. So Paul Gaudreau, he is the founder of Blackbeard Endeavors. He and I have known each other for some time now. He had a couple of different events, but we know him on a personal level as well. He really does deliver an interesting experience with all of his events.
Yes, he
if you
does.
have a chance to check out any of the Blackbeard Endeavors, definitely do so. He's going to be on next week. You can find him at, I believe it's just blackbeardprovisions.com.
Yes, I believe so. But
But
there's one thing that stuck with me that when we did the event back in April with him.
and blackbeardendeavors.com.
There was one thing that stuck with me that when I was outside smoking, what he said to me stuck with me, and it was, "Live life unapologetically. Be who you are. Live your life. Don't
Yeah.
That's so hard
go
to
by
do.
other people's standards."
Well, and it's funny because, when we have Paul on, if he talks about a lot of the things he does, and like some of the circles he travels in and his interests and things like that, he and I live very different lives.
Yes.
But that mentality is one of the things that I've appreciated about him, and I think is some of the reason why he and I were able to become fast friends, because there's just genuine authenticity that he expects from himself. And so there's a credibility that he has, not only to, what he's doing, who he is as a person, but most importantly, he holds himself accountable to being the most authentic version of himself. And so that
Envy
resonates.
that.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, it's one of those things where that is not a trait, that is not like a feature of a personality or anything like that.
That's not seen.
That's a decision that one makes and constantly has to strive towards. And so
It
it's
takes
an effort.
courage.
Well,
It's
and
courage,
it's
too.
yeah. I mean, not to toot my horn, but that's the methodology. Like, I go through life, is I want to be like the realest version of me that I can, and I think there's a threshold
I'm writing that down. I want to be the realist.
where
Ashley, if you're still on here, write that down for me. Text me that. I want to be the realist version.
well, it starts
Okay.
becoming difficult.
I'm not going to cry.
Well, when you do it and you practice it, right, and you constantly keep yourself accountable to it, it becomes harder and harder to be anything but yourself in a situation,
Mhm.
because you acclimate to I know how people are going to respond to me. I have been unapologetically me for decades now. I'm going on 2. I say it like it's been forever. But you've experienced me for the first time.
And I wasn't.
Was there
I genuinely appreciated you. Like I don't trust people. I still don't trust you. Put that out there. But hey, that's trauma.
Well, but also a part of who I
But I
am
appreciated you.
is I don't expect you to.
Yeah. And
You
it will
don't
take
go
me some
out there
time to
want-
like really like.
You don't go out there wanting to be liked or expected to be liked. You're going to be
Yeah.
who you are because that's who you are.
I expect to find the people that won't like me faster than the people that will. And that's about the only
brave.
expectation.
That's
for interaction
brave.
I have. Why? How is that being brave?
Because I constantly seek the people that want to like me, and I want to be liked. That's my trauma. That's my core belief is like trying to be liked, wanting to be liked. And Russ and I have had this conversation. Like, I'm like, Russ, I just want everybody to like me, and I don't know how to deal with when people don't like me.
You don't need to worry about people liking you as long as you like yourself.
And that's
so for me, it's
I've been trying to do.
For me, it's absolutely the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather identify the people that don't like me in a group before I identify the people that do like me. And it's because, and it goes back to what you said, is you don't trust me. And that's totally okay. I don't expect trust. I don't there's no explicit arrangement you and I have that you should trust me. We hung out for a weekend and we've been on a podcast, and there's no logical reason you should. However, if I didn't like you or you didn't like me, there would never be an expectation of trust, ever.
That's very real. It's very eye-opening.
So I eliminate the people that definitely shouldn't have my trust before I explore the people that might get it.
Okay.
And a lot of the time, right, I probe that way and I push that by seeing what their thresholds for tolerance of my behavior are.
I'm surprised I'm still here.
No.
Russ, you're a sweetheart.
We're not doing
you have the. He tries to pretend like he has no heart, but you are.
Who?
Russ, you and I are so similar.
Russ can't pretend not to have a heart. It's a raw nerve.
We are on the same wavelength.
It is. It's a raw nerve.
You know we are.
Russ lacks the emotional regulation to have no heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't make me a bad person though.
I didn't say
it doesn't.
So, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up.
It doesn't make you a weak person either. Okay. It doesn't make you weak either.
It does not.
Emotional weakness does not determine overall character weakness.
Exactly. All right, guys. So, Stacy, thank you for having me on, so much. No, you guys. I needed this. You helped us out in a bind. Like I said, I hope your day got a little better doing this. Ian, I hope you're feeling better.
You'd never know I was going through the absolute worst shits for the past 2 days, like food poisoning level. Oh, shits. Oh, my son was puke. He was throwing and going for 3 days.
I made some garlic ginger bombs. I'll send you the recipe. You need to make them and
I make them too. Except I add turmeric and a little bit of clove.
I do too. Turmeric and black pepper and cayenne.
Yep.
Sorry.
Good Lord. All right, guys. Well, you heard our guest for next week. Stacy, so much for getting us out of a bind. I really do appreciate it. I always love talking to you. Ian, you squashed your beef now, right?
No, we're back on the same fucking night.
I know. What are we going to do about that?
Do a show together.
What I'll do is I'll just do a screen share in the bottom right-hand corner of mine of yours when it comes live at 8:30.
Just do a show together.
Animals.
I've always been kind of curious what my spirit animal would be if I had one.
Oh, I'll do your spirit animal next time I see you in person.
We'll end up continuing to talk like crazy. So we need to put a pin in this. Russ is ready for bed.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but yes. But no, guys, everybody out there, thank you so much for coming out and listening again to another episode of Compass Curiosities. Next week, Paul Grudeau.
Nice. Good job.
From Blackbeard Endeavors is going to come out and talk about what he does. Again, thank you so much for our gracious guest, Stacy Lee, for coming on and, absolutely blowing us out of the water with her excellent card readings as always. So again, thank you guys so much for coming out and listening. You guys are the reason we do this, and we cannot do this without you. So keep listening, keep following, keep liking, keep subscribing. We will see you guys next week then.
Have a good night. Stay blessed.
The first annual Maine Paranormal and Horror Con is coming to Maine on September 6th and 7th at the Augusta Civic Center. Come meet your favorite paranormal investigators, cryptid hunters, and horror icons. Special guests include John Zaffis, the haunted collector from Sci-Fi, Jeff and Willie from Mountain Monsters, Bob Elmore Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, CJ Graham, also known as Jason Voorhees from Jason Lives Part 6, Ronnie LeBlanc from Expedition Bigfoot, and many more to be announced. Tickets are on sale now. Go to mainparahorror.com to get your tickets and VIP packages now. For more information, check out Maine Paranormal and Horror Con on Facebook and Instagram.